Right. Okay, guys. Good afternoon and welcome to the free seminar. Hope you can hear me properly, right? Okay. So better if you can turn on the videos, then we can have an interactive session. As I told you today, I'm going to finish the petty cash book fully, but to have the proper attention to hear two things, and the other thing is you need to stay till the meeting ends, right? So today I'm going to do till 3 hours, which means like 1 to 4 p.m. around like 3:45, 3:50. And also I'm not going to give any like breaks, right? No breaks today, right? Because I think you can stay till 3 hours, but few things to highlight. What I want to tell you, like you need to, yeah, you can take a small break when I'm giving you enough time. You won't go to the washroom, or you can go drink some water and come. But the main thing, try to stay till the meeting ends, right? Somehow ගැම්මෙන් එනවා ටිකක් වෙලා යනවා ආයි මහන්සි ආයි ඔළුවේ වෙන වෙන දේවල් නේ තියෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ ආයි ලොග් අවුට් වෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ ආයි මේ වෙන වැඩක් කරනවා පස්සේ රෙකෝඩින් එක බලන්නම් කියලා හිතනවා අපරාධයි, right? So that's why I'm asking you to stay with the videos. If you stay with the videos, my attention is now in here. I'm not going to do anything, right? සමහරු ඉන්නවා බිම දිගා වෙලා ඉන්නවා, right? ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නවා ඔහේ ඉන්නවා එතකොට වැඩ හරියට වෙන්නේ නැහැ, right? So what I suggest, try to turn on the videos and wait, right? Okay, send me a thumbs up again, right? So again, faster, right? So where are the others? Gihansa, Situki, class students are also there. Menula, Tisari, right? And Akin, right? Bhuani, right? Sastrika, turn on the videos and wait. Good, right? So the මාත් නිමාඩු දවසේ සැක්‍රිෆයි කරගෙන ඕගොල්ලන්ට දෙයක් දෙනවා. ඉතින් ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පැත්තෙන් රිටර්න් එකක් විතර අඩුම තරම් වීඩියෝ එකවත් ඔන් කරන් ඉන්න. Right? Okay, right. I'll give you a few minutes. Try to stay with the videos. If not, I'm going to give you a sing. I'm going to give you a chance to sing a song. Video of කරන් ඉන්නට දෙනවා සින්දුවක් කියන්නේ. Right? බලමු එතකොට. Right. Okay. So, as I told you, today I'm going to start the yesterday also I started in the theory class about the petty cash book, but today I'm going to do the correct thing, right? Again back. So take out your textbook, turn to page number 103. It's the petty cash book, right? And also I have sent you the PDF, right? So this is the same class queue. So for the new the students who are not joining for the class also, I sent the full due. So in tutorial page number 20, petty cash book, right? In textbook page number 103, right? Okay, so once we finish this one today, next Thursday we can start bank account and the bank reconciliation, the 9th lesson. Okay, and what I want to tell you, all the things are included in the LMS. You can check. So you can visit our website, go and see guruniwasa.com, right? So everything is available. You don't need to, at least contact me. You don't need to contact me. So go and register. There are only 5 steps to, right? You can select local syllabus and select the grade 10. If you are a grade 11 student, select the grade 11 and English medium. You can see the commerce, right? So in commerce, you can see, so grade 10 theory and paper, you can both select, and you can, if you are grade 11, you can go, and then the next step, right? So then you need to enter a phone number, you get the OTP and send the OTP likewise. So once you register, you can log in. So I'm going to select one student's LMS. So once you log in, you can see every single detail are available in here, right? So wait, I'll show you. Right. So you can see So in live classes, you can see I all my live classes are available, right? So you can see. So I'm giving a like special note. What are the things we are doing? And uh, all the previous recordings are also available, right? So you can check all the previous recordings, right? From the very first lesson. If you are a new student, once you register for this month and pay only for this month, right? All the previous recordings are available, right? Right. You can go click and see what are the things available in loading. So this is a peak cover because most of you can see now. You can see from the first lesson to now we are discussing cash book and petty cash book. Yesterday also we did. Today is actually the part 6, but I converted it as a free seminar, right? So all the free recordings are available, you can watch. And not only that, paper class also, all the discussions are available, as well as all the tudes. I'm not going to send the tudes, right? So you can see all the class tudes and books available. So just remember, in the theory class category, I included only the things relevant to the theory class, right? So you can see this is the bank. You can download it in cash book and petty cash book. And just remember, before next Thursday, download the next lesson, bank account and bank reconciliation statement, and take a printout. Easy clear to send me a thumbs up. Download the bank account and bank reconciliation statement, you, and take a printout, right? Don't wait till the last moment. I have already uploaded. Okay. So next Thursday we are going to start this lesson, right? Bank account and the bank reconciliation. You need to take a printout. So I'm going to do it next Thursday in the theory class, right? So paper class related things are also available in the paper revision class and so on. And you can see then other things are also in there. You can join to the WhatsApp group, item shop, right? Student analysis, right? You can see your things. So whether you have joined for the class or your attendance, right? Your note uploading thing, right? Everything is available here. Then so that is the thing, right? Item shop. So so just practice it, then you can have a clear idea, right? So that's why you, even for new students, you don't need to contact me. Without contact me, you can, your all details are available in here, right? So this is just not a like free seminar to promote my class. I just want to give you the good knowledge, right, regarding the petty cash book. So this is a totally free seminar. I'm going to send the free recording to you as well. You can share it with your friends. So today my target is to cover every aspects related to the petty cash book, right? So you need to have the only the basic knowledge about the double entries, but if you are not having it, you can watch the recordings and cover it out in our LMS. Easy clear, you guys, send me a thumbs, right? Stay with the videos. අර සමහරුන්ට තියෙනවා ගැම්ම තියෙනවා පටන් ගන්න ටික වෙලාවක් කියලා ඩවුන් නා එහෙම බෑ ගැම්මෙන් ඉන්න ඕනේ අන්තිම වෙනකම් 3 hours ම දැන් ඔයා හරියට අහගෙන ඉඳලා හරියට වැඩ කරොත් ආයෙ ඔයාට තියෙන homework කරන්න විතරයි ආයෙ පාඩම් කරන්න ඕනේ because I'm going to give you the full knowledge, right? If there is any concern, you can you can send it to the chat box, right? Or you can ask anything, whatever you want, right? Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to start. Yeah, anything, right? Okay, it's fine. Right. Let's see. Right. Again, right. So in your writing book, I think yesterday we started the petty cash book. So for new students and those who didn't participate yesterday, write the heading petty cash book. Your writing book or in the piece of paper, write the heading petty cash book. Petty cash. Coming in no yeah. Video ground, right? Petty cash book. Right. Let's see. Now, when it comes to the business cash, there are two types of like three places where we maintaining the cash: business cash drawer, and for small payments, small drawer, and the bank account. I just concerned about the like only the cash book and petty cash book in here. Now think this is the business, right? So if we concern about that, you can see, think this is the cash receipt side, right? So pay attention now. This is the cash payment side. Cash payments. Now you know when it comes to cash, we can categorize two main types. What are the two main types? You know, business may receive either coins and notes. One thing is all about coins and notes. Coins and notes. And the other one is checks. Hope it's clear to you. One thing is coins and notes, and the other one is checks. Business receive coins and notes, and other one is all about checks, right? So you know, in the business place, when it comes to payment side, right? We need to categorize the payment side into mainly two levels. It's not in the syllabus, but I'm going to teach you why. Then you can have a clear idea. There is something called, we learn it. What is the name we call? Petty cash level. Nothing in your textbook which regarded the petty cash level. But when it comes to the actual business world, there's something called petty cash level. What is the term called this petty cash level? Now, you know, in the business place, there are two main boxes, a larger one and a small one, right? This larger one represent the, there's a larger cash drawer or the cash box, and there's a small cash drawer or the cash book, right? Now, this larger one represent the cash book. The smaller one represent the petty cash book. Take it. The small one concern as petty cash book. Pay attention to here, right? Petty cash. Can you hear me? Send me a thumbs up again. Don't do other things, huh? Listen to here, right? Once you know the scenario, you can do anything. You can apply. සමහරුන්ගේ මූණ වලින් කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙන වෙන දේවල් කරනවා. Right? Either cash book and either petty cash book. Why there are two things, right? If there's any concern, send it to the chat box, right? So I can see everyone, right? Cash book is the larger one. Petty cash book is the small one, right? So why there are two categories? I'll tell you why. What is the thing, right? Now you know, in our business, our petty cash level is rupees 2000. Just remember. What is the thing called petty cash level? Now, this level depends on the business scale. Now think we are concerning about a one business. In this business, below all the 2000 payments done through petty cash box. These are only the cash payments. We call as petty cash payments, right? Petty cash payments. What is the term called petty cash payments? Below 2000 means like 1900, 100, right? So to 1999, 1800, 500, all the rupees below 2000. This level depends on the business scale. Sometimes it can be 5000, 10,000. Sometimes it can be a 45,000. I told you I worked as a petty cashier. So in that business, their petty cash level is 45,000 because it's kind of a large scale business. So they concern below 45,000 payments are petty cash payments. Got it? Understand? This categorization only for the only for the payment side, right? And also above petty cash level payments categorized into two: cash payments and the check payments. Check payment, right? Check payments, because now think above petty cash level, above 2000, think 2100, 5000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakhs. It can be a cash payments, a check payments, because think like we are writing a check and issuing. All clear, right? Okay. Now, you know, to have a clear idea, when we receive coins and notes, it can be 1 rupee, 1 cent, anything. The coins and notes we receive, we record in the cash. Understand? And also, if we concern about checks, the checks received can be categorized into two. We discussed this one in the cash book with discounts as well. Now, you know, check is just a piece of paper, right? I told you there are three places. Cash book is the main cash, petty cash book is the small pocket, right? So, small safe. And there's something called bank account. Bank account represents the money available in the bank. Now, ultimately, we need to deposit this check to the bank. Once we deposit the check to the bank, we receive money to our bank account. So, our bank money increases. Clear, you guys? Right? So, think the business can take two actions to this check. Once we receive the check, at the same time, at the same date, immediately we can deposit the check to the bank. Or like we can keep 5-6 days the check in the business place. අපිට කීප දවසක් අපිට හැමදාම බැංකුවට යන්න බැන්න සමහර බිස්නස් එක බැංකුව ටිකක් දුර තියෙන. ආයි බැංකුවට යන්න එම්ප්ලොයි කෙනෙකුත් නැහැ. ඉතින් මොකද කරන්නේ? බැංකුවට යනකම් චෙක් ටික ඔක්කොම කලෙක්ට් කරලා බිස්නස් ස්පේස් එකේ තියාගෙන වෙනදා එකම දවසේ ගිහිල්ලා දාන්න. තේරෙනවද මේ දාන්න බාන්න තමයි. යමින් උනේ. right? එකම දවසේ දාන්නේ නැහැ. දවස් දෙක තුනක් ගිහිල්ලා තමයි දාන්නේ. right? So that is the right, it takes time. සමහරුන්ගේ මුණ දැක්කම පේනවා මෙන්න මෙන්න ඔබනවා කියලා. right? මට ඉතින් කියන්න පුළුවන් මම මුණ බල ශාස්ත්‍ර කියන්නේ ඒකයි වීඩියෝ ඔන් කරන්නේ. right? okay, so don't do other things, right? So now think, if we deposit the check later, till we deposit it, we keep the checks in the, not the small box, the larger box, right? If we deposit later, later date, till we deposit it, we record in the cash book. Can you remember? I think this Tuesday in the paper class we discussed about this. Understand? Right? So in this Tuesday, right? Now, you know about petty cash level payments. About in this business, about 2000 payments, right? About 2000 payments, like there are also payments in here. If I take the cash book, you also do payments, right? Above petty cash level payments are also done through cash book, right? Now, why there is a petty cash book? To do the petty cash payments, what is the term called petty cash payments? Small value payments. In here, below 2000 payments. Nothing in your textbook which mentioning petty cash level. There's something called petty cash imprest. I'll explain it to you. Right. Now, why there's a small box, small cash drawer? Why there's small cash drawer? You know, we need to categorize the payments as small payments. We need to take into one place. Why? You know, if we take about the cash book, if you when we record all the payments in the cash book will be like credits that will be much lengthier. Why? There are large supplier payments, and sometimes we need now some customers or supplier came to the business space for some meetings. We need to give them some refreshments, right? It is a small payment, not like more than 2000, 3000. It's not more than 1000, 2000. It's a small payment. That's why, you know, we need to do all the petty cash with the control. Because of that, that's why the petty cash book taken place. There's another concern. දැන් ඔයා දන්නවා මිනිස්සු වැඩිපුර හොරකම් කරන්න කැමති චූටි සල්ලි වලින්. චූටි කියන්නේ මේ පොඩි කොල නෙමෙයි. ඒ කියන්නේ පොඩි වැලියුස් වලින්. ඇයි? ඒකට එතකොට ඇඟට දැනෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් ඔයා 30 පොඩි කාලේ නේද? අම්මගේ බර්ස් එකට හොරෙන් ගිහිල්ලා 10ක් සාක්කු දාගෙන කඩේට ගිහිල්ලා සමහරට හරි එකක් කනවා ඇති නේද? අම්මා සමාට බලන්නේ එම් කරන්න එපා ගුටි ගන්න මටත් මේ සමහරලාට ඇයි දාන්නේ රුපියල් 10ක් නේ තේරෙන්නේ තේරුණා. අර මිනිස්සු ගොඩක් පොඩි පොඩි වැලියුස් වලින් හොරකම් කරන්න කැමති ඇයි? එතකොට දැනෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා ඒ කරන වැඩේ හරියට කන්ට්‍රෝල් එකකින් කරන්න ඕනේ. අන්න ඒක තමයි අපි petty cash book කියලා වෙනම තියෙන්නේ. Now you can apply this concept to yourself as well. You can keep two purses. Yesterday I told you, right? ඔයාට අම්මා දැන් හිතන්න මාසෙට එක එක සල්ලි දෙනවනේ. අම්මා දෙනවා මොනවාද? ක්ලාස් ෆීස් ගෙවන්න සමහරට ඔයාම ගෙවන නැති අම්මා ගෙවනවා නැති වෙන්නේ. ඔයා ක්ලාස් එකට ඔයාම ගෙවන නැති අම්මා දෙනවා. ඔයා බෑන්ක් ඩිපොසිට් කරලා අපේ එකට අප්ලෝඩ් කරනවා. හරි නැත්නම් if you are going for a physical class you are paying. And now your mom is giving to money for you to like for the pay traveling and for the foods and everything. You can have a big purse and you can collect all things to here, right? Why there's a petty cash book? I'll tell you. Then the petty cash book is to make the petty cash payments, right? For what? It's for the petty cash payments. Petty cash book is for the petty cash payments. Then all the receipts we record in the cash book. Then to make petty cash book, so how we receive the money? Just remember, there are two persons in the business as main cashier, and the other one is petty cashier, right? Main cashier is the boss in here, boss. එයා තමයි ලොක්කා. main cashier යටතේ තමයි petty cashier වැඩ කරන්නේ. මෙයා තමයි boss. මෙයා තමයි instructions දෙන්නේ. And to make the petty cash, main cashier give money from the cash book to the petty cashier's petty cash book. Think, we made below 2000 payments via petty cash payments. Then 2000 below payments කරන 2000 දීලා මදිනේ ලොකු ගාණක් දෙන්න ඕන. Think that person giving 100,000. Is it clear to you? Send me a thumbs up. Giving 100,000 to the main cashier, by main cashier to the petty cashier to make the petty cash payments. For that we call as petty cash imprest. A new word, petty cash imprest. What is the term called petty cash imprest? The money which gives by the main cashier to petty cashier to make the petty cash payments with control. Is it clear to you? Send me a thumbs up. Right? මේ petty cash level එක ගැන කොහෙවත් නැහැ. දරාගෙන ඉන්න දාන පාට thumbs up එකක් ගැම්මින් ඉන්න ඕනේ. I want the thumbs up again. Right? ගැම්මින් ඉන්න. Right? නිදිමත නම් වතුර චුට්ටක් බීලා නේද? ඵලයේ ජවයේ ශක්තිය අරගෙන ඉන්න. නිදිමත නම් හොඳ ටොක්ක්ක් යනකන් අතර නිදිමත. Right? Okay. Just wait. Right. හොඳ අපේ ඖෂධි නිදි නෑ නේද? හරි. දැන් මම මේ උදේ ඉඳන් ඉන්නේ ඈ. I did this one for the Sinhala medium as well, right? Okay. Now just remember, okay, I'm going to build the scenario. Now main cashier give petty cashier 100,000 to make the petty cash payments, right? Now think, petty cashier made, right, 70,000 worth of petty cash payments. They can be below 2,000. මේ petty cash මේ level එක ඔයාට නිකන් like it's just for your reference, right? Just remember, like petty cashier made 70,000 worth of payments, right? Now there should be a source document. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද මේ source document? It's a written evidence. That is the petty cash payment voucher. What is this? I'll explain it. Petty cash payment voucher. Now I told you I worked as a petty cashier in a business. So my petty cash imprest was 250,000. Right? Our petty cash level was 45,000. Right? Then mama එක payments කරනවා පොඩි value payments below 45,000. fuel වලට අනම්මනම් වලට ඊ අපි මේව තියාගන්න දැන් හිතන්න there is an employee in the business. He need to go for some business work to from the business place to Kolpiti. So we need to give some took charges, right? took charge එකක් ගෙවන්න එයාට දෙන්න නම් එයාට අපිට චෙක් එකක් දෙන්න බෑලම නේද? එයා චෙක් එක අරන් ගිහිල්ලා එයා බැංක් එකට ගිහිල්ලා කෑෂ් කරන් ඇවිල්ලා ආයි ටුක් එකක් කියනට දෙද්දි ආයි පෙරහැර ගිහිල්ලා ඉවරයි. එහෙම නැත්නම් එයාට චෙක් එකක් දුන්නා මෙයා ඒ චෙක් එක ටුක් එකේ ඩ්‍රයිවර්ට දුන්නොත් එහෙම අරූට කන පැලෙන් එකක් ගහලා ඌ හොස්පිටල් ඉඳලා ඒකේ බිලක් ගෙවන්න වෙනවා. ටුක් ඩ්‍රයිවර් දන්නේ නැහැ නේ චෙක් එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා ඌ දැකලවත් නැති සමාන. තේරුණා? මට මේක එපා සල්ලි දෙන්න. So that because of that, that's why we need to have the petty cash. මං කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ දැකලා නැහැ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ පහත් කරනවා නෙමෙයි සමහරට ඒගොල්ලෝ business transactions එක වැඩි move වෙලා නැහැ නේ ඉතින් එක විදියනේ සමහරට දන්නේ නැති ඒනොට එයාට ඊට වඩා කරදරයක් බැංකුවට ගිහිල්ලා ආයි මේව කරගන්න. Right? So now think I made 1,500 worth of payment for some work. Then I'm the petty cashier. I need to have the proof. Think I made 1,500 for took charges. දැන් මම පික්මී එක ගියේ මම මොකද කරේ පික්මී එකෙන් ගිය එකේ බිල් එක තියෙනවනේ ඒක print එකක් ගන්න. ඒකත් එක්ක petty cash voucher එකක් petty cash payment voucher එකක් attach කරලා මමත් sign කරනවා සල්ලි ගත්ත කෙනත් sign කරනවා right our manager and accountant we all sign and keep it in my box the same thing. Likewise now like randomly main cashier comes to my place and he investigate he do some spot checks. ඇයි චෙක් කරලා බලන්න මොකද පෙටි කෑෂියරට පුළුවන් මොන තරම් හොරකම් කරන්න. ඇයි එයාගේ අතේ සල්ලි තියෙනවනේ. පංකිරක දෙන්නේ. එයා ළඟ තියෙනවා දැන් මගේ යාළුවෙක් හිටියේ එයාත් වැඩ කරා ලොකු ලාර්ජ් කම්පැනි එක පෙටි කෑෂිය විදියට. එයා ළඟ තියලා තිනවා ලක්ෂ 5ක් 5 lakhs. එයා කියන සමහරවිට සල්ලි හම්බුනේ නැතුණාම සැලරි හම්බ වෙනකම් මම නම් ඒකේ සල්ලි අරගෙන පස්සේ දානවා කියනවා. ඒක හොඳ නෑ මොකද those are business money. Can't we use it for our own consumption. Understand? Right? Petty cashier comes and do some spot checks. A petty cashier give me 100,000. I made 70,000 worth of thing. Then mama 70,000 give a proof karan. With the bill, I want to give the petty cash vouchers. There's a sequence order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like for the petty cash payment vouchers, right? Petty cash payment voucher, and along with the petty cash payment voucher, I need to attach all the bills, which means all the source documents. Got it, guys? Right? All the evidences. Then I'm going to take the scenario. I'm going to again now think. I'm going to take 2 months. Right? Look here. So normally, I'm taking a timeline. Right? Normally, I'm taking a timeline. Now think. I'm going to take 2 months. Right? Think the petty cashier gave money to the main cashier on August 2025. I'll take September 2025. Now think this is the beginning date of the August, ending date of the August as well as beginning date of the September. Got it? This represent two things. Ending date of the August as well as beginning date of the September. This is the ending date of September as well as beginning date of the October. The same, like simultaneously two dates, right? Okay. Now initially, I got 100,000. I told you I got 100,000, right? Beginning of the August, right? So my Imprest is also 100,000. On top, I write my Imprest because sometimes the Imprest is changing. You can learn in future why. And සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ exam එකේ when you are writing for the MCQs, you need to draw a timeline. If not, it will harder for you to answer the question. Even for A levels also, still I am doing timelines. Got it? Right? Without timeline, it's too hard. Now think, I made 70,000 worth of payments during the August month. Now, September 1st also my Imprest is 100,000. Imprest means මගේ අතේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ Imprest කියන්නේ. මාසෙ මුල මගේ අතේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ මාසෙ expense කරන්න තියෙන්න ඕන ගාන දාන්න බණ thumbs up එකක්. That is simple. month එකේ beginning date එකේ මගේ අතේ තියෙන්න ඕන ගාන Imprest එක, right? හැබැයි මෙහෙමයි. petty cash imprest ඉවර වෙන්න ආයි අප reimburse කරනවා. හැමතිස්සෙම till I leave the company, he can't give only 100,000 because it's going to reimburse it, right? Okay. Now, at the end of the August month, there should be also 100,000 with me, right? Which means at the beginning of the September, right? Next month also there should be. Actually, in O levels we discuss monthly, right? But sometimes in the practical business world, in the middle of the month also we can make reimbursement once it near to the petty cash imprest 0. Now, how much is the main cashier gives to me to the petty cashier at the end of the August month and the September first day? Not again the 100,000. Why? He gave me like 100,000 and I made 70,000 worth of petty cash payments. Now there's a balance 30,000 with me. Easy creative. There's a balance 30,000 with me. There's a balance with me. How much? 30,000. If we give again 100,000, right? My money available with me increase up to 130,000. That's why. So next month first date, petty cashier need to reimburse only up to 70,000, which means amount expense reimbursement equal, right? Petty cash reimbursement equal reimbursement. I main cashier petty cashier දෙන්නේ වියදම් කරපු expense කරපු ගානට equal ගානක්. Why? Then again in the next month it will converted as the 100,000. Send me a thumbs up. Equal petty cash expenses, petty cash payments made during last period. That is how it goes. Just remember that is the term called petty cash reimbursement, petty cash imprest reimbursement. Just remember, I'll repeat it again. So petty cash book is something to make the petty cash payments below petty cash level. So don't write in the petty cash level because there is nothing in your textbook called petty cash level. They mention only about the petty cash imprest, right? So now think, initially main cashier gives the petty cashier imprest to do the petty cash payments, right? Once the petty cashier made the petty cash payments, main cashier reimbursement equal to the petty cash payment, right? Okay, let's go to the textbook. Now you can have a clear idea about the petty cash payment, right? If there's any concern, send it to the chat box, right? Okay, hope you can hear me. If there's any concern or if you need to catch up anything, let me know. Out of the payments made by a business, some of the payments are of small in amount and would occur frequently again and again. Payment of cleaning expenses 150. Now think, there are some persons, they come for the daily basis for the business space to clean. So it's just we give only day payment. Likewise, payment of postal charges at 60. Accordingly, postal charges, cleaning expenses, traveling expenses, entertainment expenses, and stationery expenses are some example for the day-to-day expenses of small value. Petty cash book, it is a prime entry book. You know, now we are in the discussion of prime entry book. So there are 6 types of prime entry books I told you: cash book, petty cash book, bank account, purchase journal, sales journal, general journal. Out of 6, we finished cash book up to now. Now the second one, petty cash book. The petty cash book is the prime entry book in which payments of cash with small value that occur frequently are recorded. Petty cash book also function as a ledger account. Therefore, it is also has a dual role like cash book. Just remember, petty cash book also, there it's the format of the T format. I'll explain it to you. T format. It's having T format, right? Similar like the cash book. The responsibility of maintaining as petty cash book is assigned to a petty cashier who is under the main cashier. දැන් දාන්න බාන thumbs up එකක් තේරුණා. වෙන වැඩ කරන්න එපා උදරාගෙන. Main cashier යටතේ තමයි petty cashier ඉන්නේ. Right? A voucher has to be prepared for each and every petty cash payment. It is known as petty cash voucher. It is the source document for the payments to be recorded in the petty cash. Petty cash impress. For purpose of carrying out petty cash payments with the control, a specific amount of cash is given to the petty cashier by the main cashier to make petty cash payments, which is known as petty cash impress. That is the small sum of payment. That is the fixed amount, right? Not the fixed amount, like for the cash given by the main cashier to the petty cashier, right, to do the petty cash payments. It is the duty of the petty cashier to make petty cash payments out of the petty cash impress as well as to maintain petty cash book. Reimbursement of petty cash. The petty cashier has to request again cash from the main cashier before the petty cash impress is over. The petty cashier should be given the amount equal to the amounts of payments made at the time with that the impress will be reimbursed. It is known as impress of the reimbursement of the petty cash impress. This is also included in my tutorial. You can see, right, all the things are included. Right? Petty cash book is the prime in the book in which the payments of cash with small value that occur frequently are recorded. Petty cash book also function as a ledger account, therefore it has a dual role like cash book. Out of the payment made by a business, some of the payment are of small in amount and would occur frequently. So petty cash book used to record those expenses, most of the charges, cleaning expenses, traveling expenses, entertainment expenses, stationery expenses, etc. Responsibility of maintain a petty cash book, petty cashier under main cashier. Source document that need to prepare when petty cash payments are made, petty cash payment voucher, right? When the receive from the cash from the main cashier, the source document is received. Petty cash impress or the reimbursement of petty cash impress. Petty cash impress, a particular sum of money known as petty cash impress, is granted to the petty cashier by the main cashier for the purpose of carrying the petty cash payment. Control. Reimbursement of petty cash impress. Prior to the end of the petty cash impress, the petty cashier must request more cash from the main cashier. The petty cashier should be given the amount equal to the total of the payments made at that time, and small payments for a certain period of time are then repaid. Then the petty cash impress will be same again at the beginning of the next period. This is referred to as the petty cash impress reimbursement, right? Before moving to others, අපි මේක කරා ඊයේ, but again I request you to write it and raise your hands. This is another page. Write it and raise your hands, right? Just write it and raise your hands in your book. Again, it's okay, fine. Turn on the videos and wait. Gamming in on, yeah. Do you understand? Dana bana thumbs up pack video of current. I want the thumbs up. Hope you can hear me, right? Write it and raise your hand. Don't do other things. Pay attention. During these 3 hours, try to finish the full entire lesson. Once you're done, raise your hands, right? You have done, right? Others, you need more time, let me know. I'm scrolling down, right? So take a screenshot if you need more time, right? Okay. So let's go down. Can you write this and raise your hands? Now, lower all your raise hands. Hurry up fast. Right? Finish this part and raise your hands as done. Right. Okay. Now look here, right? Lower all your raise hands. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to take two things. Right? Now think, this is the petty cash here. Look here, right? This is the petty cash here. And this is the main cashier. Sorry, this is the petty cashier. I think this is the main cashier. Now think, petty cashier maintain the petty cash book. Sorry, main cashier maintain the cash book. Petty cashier maintain the petty cash book. Petty cash book also having a T format. Petty cash book. But just remember, though it's a T format, we give much attention to the credit side. Why? When it comes to petty cash book, The credit side is much lengthier. Why is that? Because the cash is received from the internal source. Easy clear to say. Debit side එනකොට credit side එක ලොකුයි. T format එකක් තමයි හැබැයි credit ලොකුයි. ඇයි? ඇතුළෙන්ම තමයි සල්ලි හම්බෙන්නේ. ඕ thumbs up අයින් කරලා. Africa man race arcade Vinuja low volume race. Okay. Now think main cashier gave right money to the petty cashier rupees 50,000. What is the name we call for this 50,000? We call this one as petty cash. What is the name? Imprest. So I'll write it as number 1. Can you tell me how to record the receiving cash from the main cashier to the petty cashier 50,000? How we record? Cash book credit 50,000. Why? All these two are asset accounts. Right? Just remember, all these two perform the dual function. Both primary books perform dual function. Perform dual function. What is the term? Both two. What is the term called dual function? Primary book function plus ledger account function. Primary book function as well as ledger account function. Easy clear, you guys? Send me a thumbs up. Vinuja Sastrika, hope you are there, right? Low your race, right? Now all these two are asset accounts. All these two perform the ledger account function of asset accounts. When the main cashier receive cash from, petty cashier receive cash from the main cashier, cash asset decrease in the cash book, petty cash asset increase. That's why we debit here. Hope it's clear to you. Understand it? Right? Cash book, cash asset decrease, petty cash book asset. Now think this gave on 1st of August 2025. During the August month, petty cashier made petty cash payments, right? How much? Rupees 35,000. Just remember, petty cashier made petty cash payments, rupees 35,000. This is from 1st of August 2025 to 31st of August 2025. During the period, petty cashier made small payments 30,000. How to record it? This is number 2. How to record it? Petty cash book credit 35,000. Relevant expense accounts debit. I'll tell you how we debit the petty cash relevant expense account debit in the ledger. Understand? These are the petty cash paid. Now, how much again main cashier need to give to the petty cashier? Gave 50,000, made 35,000. Again, September 1st, giving 35,000. Why? If I draw the timeline as I told you, you can see in the timeline. Just see. Let's take 2 months, 2025 August and 2025 September. Initially, petty cashier received 50,000 from the main cashier. Imprest also 50,000. I told you on top we write imprest, right? So during the August month made 35,000. Here I write is the petty cash payment. petty cash payments. September month also there should be 50,000. Because of that, the beginning of the September there should be 50,000. So initially 50,000 gave 35,000 payments. So 15,000 is the balance. Because of that, again reimbursement only 35,000. Then it again increase up to the 50,000. Basically, reimbursement equal to the amount spent, right? Okay. So how we recorded the reimbursement again? You can see we can balance this petty cash book. 50,000 is the higher value side. 50,000, 15,000 BCD. Petty cash book again 15,000 BBF. Again next month, think this is the August. Then we need to go to the September. September 1st, there should be again uh, 50,000. Because of that, you know, not giving the 50,000, giving only the 35,000. Number two, cash book credit 35,000. Petty cash book is the number three. Right? Cash book credit 35,000. Petty cash book debit 35,000. Right? Petty cash book. Then next month's first date also, you know, having how much? The total of these two, you know, it is the 50,000. Just remember, again I'll write petty cash imprest, reimbursement, equal petty cash payments made during last period. This is how it goes. Are you okay up here, guys? Send me a thumbs up. Let's do a question. Okay, finish it and raise your hands. Write again and raise your hand. Write this and raise your hand. I want you to write up. Oh, me raise and nine කරන්න කිව්වට අයින් කළා නේ. කට්ටිය. ආව ඇහෙනවනේ. Finish it and raise your hand. on the videos and wait. Hope all done. Okay. If you need more time, let me know. Others done. Shall I move forward? Right. Okay. I'm going to move forward. Huh? Others, take a screenshot if you need. Right. Okay. Now let's record like this. Look here. I'm going to give you two questions. These two are really important because these things are like your MCQs. අනේ වීඩියෝ on කරන් ඉන්න කොච්චර කිව්වත් අහන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින් right වැඩක් නැහැ. පන්තින් නැත් එහෙම. Right? Okay. So just think petty cash imprest. Don't write up. This is the example number one. Example number one. Petty cash imprest rupees 3,000. Right? As at 1st of August 2025, balance available with petty cashier rupees 400. Right? During August month, made rupees 2,700 of petty cash payment. Petty cash payment. Right? The management decided to increase petty cash imprest right up to rupees 3,500 from September month onward. Right? How much reimbursed on 1st of August 2025 and 1st of September 2025. Look here, don't write. This is really important. This is like your MCQs. Right? I'm going to take two timelines. These are the timelines. Hope you can see. Right. So I'm going to take 2 months, August 2025. Right? September 2025, which means the 9th month is the 8th month. Got it? Now this is the beginning date, ending date of the August and the beginning date of September, ending date of the September and beginning date of the October. Right. I told you normally I write imprest on top. Imprest 3,000. Imprest 3,000. Balance available. How much? You can see balance available rupees 400. So I'll write 400 in here. Now, during the August month, made 2,700. And management decided to increase the petty cash imprest in here. In September month, increased up to 3,500. Now, then where හිතන්න ඔයාට common sense තියෙනවද? නෑ වගේ නේද common sense. අතේ 400ක් කොහොමද තියාගෙන ළමයි 2017 වියදම් කරන ඔයාගේ අතේ 400 නම් තියෙන්නේ ඔයාට එච්චර වියදම් කරන්න බෑ can you hear me right so beginning date එකේ there should be a reimbursement understand right දැන් ඔයාට මෙතන දීලා නැති වුණාට you can have a clear idea අපි නිකන් කලින් timeline එක ගැහුවොත් either July month which means 7th month අනේ ඒක හිතින් හිතා ගන්න බලන්න ඒකෙත් ඉම්ප්‍රෙස්ට් එක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ ඒකෙත් ඉම්ප්‍රෙස්ට් එක මුල දීලා තියෙන්නේ 3000 right ඒකේ මුල 3000 දුන්නා නම් 400 ඉතුරු වෙනවා නම් during that month you can assume 2600 worth of petty cash payments done am I clear to you guys මුල අමතක කරන්නකො මුල balance මොනවද මුල ඒ කියන්නේ 3000 දුන්නා නම් 400 ඉතුරු වෙනවා නම් 2600 තමයි payments කරලා තියෙන්නේ. දැන් මේ මාසේ මුලක් 3000 වෙන්න නම් you can assume the reimbursement made on this date how much? The amount equal to Imprest 2000 amount equal to the reimbursement of July 2600 is it clear? Right? And on the 1st of September 4 thumbs up right? Right? The Imprest increased up to 3500 ඒකයි timeline එක ගන්න එක value එක. මෙතන 3500 තියෙන්නේ. මුල තියෙන්න ඕනේ 3500 September මුල. ඒ Imprest එක වැඩි කරනවා by rupees 500. Now you can see initially right so they had 3000 right expense 2700 which means there should be a balance of 300 easily there should be a at 3000 2700 spent there was a balance of 300 if so then මෙච්චර ගාණක් රීම්බර්ස් වෙලා මදි වියදම් කරපු ගානට equal ගාණක් රීම්බර්ස් වෙලා මදි කීයක් රීම්බර්ස් වෙන්න ඕනේද reimbursement should be 3200 කොහොමද මේ 3200 හැදුනේ මේ දෙකේම total එක මොන දෙකේම total එකද this one and this one වැඩි වෙච්ච ගාණයි වියදම් කරපු ගාණයි දෙකේම total එක දෙන්න ඕනේ can you hear me guys send me a thumbs right increased amount as well as the expense 3200 got it right so you can see then you can write so reimbursement on 1st of August 2025 how much rupees 2600 ඔයා timeline එකක් ගහන්න නැතුව හිතින් හදන්න ගියොත් සදානත් exam එකේ timeline ගහන්න impress උත් උඩින් දාන්න ඇයි ඔයාට idea එකක් එනවා මම තාම ඒ level ගණන් කරත් මම impress මේ timeline ගහනවා rupees 3200 that is how it goes right write it and raise your hands the full scenario write it and raise your hands and I'll give you another way if there is any concern send it to the chat box right once you done raise your hands waiting for all your raise take your time no hurry All done? Others? Faster. Right? Okay, now I'm going to combine three timelines. Then you can have a clear idea. Now I'm going to give you three timelines after this. Hurry up, we need to do more things. 1.5 hours done. Further only 1.5 hours more. Right? Take a screenshot and write it later. Huh? Right. Okay. Hope all done. Lower your raised hands. Right? Lower your raised hands. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to write the example number 2. Right? Example number 2. Right? It's like this. Petty cash impressed. Petty cash impressed. Rupees 120,000. Right? Balance available with petty cashier as at 1st of July 2025, rupees 10,000. Right? During the July month, right? During the July month, uh, made rupees 90,000 petty cash payments. ගාන මාත් එක්කම ලියු. ඉතින් මම හදද්දි බලාගෙන ඉන්න. ගාන මාත් එක්ක ලියු. petty cash payments, right? During the August month, made rupees 80,000 petty cash payments. From 1st of September onwards, decided to increase the petty cash impressed increase the petty cash impressed impressed by rupees 30,000, right? Right? Petty cash reimbursement how much petty cash reimbursement made on 1st of July, 1st of August, and 1st of September. Look here now, don't write. Right? Okay, now there are three timelines. What timeline ගන්න what මාරම ලේසි. Right. Timeline ගැව්වොත් ඔයාදිමු. නැත්තම් අමාරු. Right? Okay. So we need 3 months. Right? We need further 3 months. Right? So July 25, August 25, September. Right, look here. Right, don't write now. Look here. I'll give the enough time. Clear understanding is much. Petty cash interest is 120,000. I'm writing it in here. Balance available with petty cash here, July 1st, 10,000. You can see how much of the balance available? 10,000, right? So I'm going to write 10,000 in here. 10,000 was the balance available. Then during the July month, wait, 90,000 worth of petty cash. During the July month, you know, made how much? 90,000 worth of petty cash paid. Right. And during August month, 80,000. September onwards means this month. Decided to increase the petty cash by 30,000. Now you can see, if so, the August month petty cash also, Imprest also 120. Can you hear me, guys? The same amount. මාසෙ මුල තියෙනවනේ එකම ගාන. හැබැයි July and August. From the September, it increased by further 30,000. Further 30,000 means 150,000. Got it? Right? Now, you know how much was the petty cash reimbursement made on this date, and this date, these things. Now, if I draw the timeline to here, you can see June month also petty cash interest 120. No need to draw actually one. Right? June month also you can get to know petty cash interest is 120. So you can see in here there should be a payments of 110,000. Why? That's why 10,000 remaining. Got it? Can you hear me, guys? Right? If so, the payment made on this stage should be how much? Amount equal to the expense. So 110,000. Then it will increase up to 120,000. Right? You know, July month, July 1st, reimbursement equal to this much. June payments. Now you can see initially, right? The petty cashier got 120, 90,000 was expense. So you can see the balance at that date should be 30,000. Balance එක තියෙනෝනේ මේ ගාන. ඊළඟ මාස interest එක change වෙන්නේ නැති නිසා මේ මාස reimburse කරන්නෙත් amount equal to the expense. So you know that is how much? 90,000. If 90,000 reimbursed next month first date also, there is 120,000, the same amount. But you need to be careful. At 120, 80,000 spent. How much the balance available? You know the balance available is 40,000. Right? From next month first onwards, the petty cash interest is 150,000. Can you hear me, guys? Send me a thumbs up. 150,000. If so, the reimbursement is how much? Reimbursement is how much? 110,000. කොහොමද මේ 110,000 හැදෙන්නේ? මේකයි මේ දෙකේ total එක 80,000 plus 30,000. Got it? So you know reimbursement on 1st of July 2025, 1st of August 2025, and 1st of September 2025. How much? In here the answer is 110,000. In here the answer is 90,000. In here the answer is, in there's no any pattern, 110. Hope you got the idea. Send me a thumbs up. මේක පුළුවන් නම් timeline එක පුළුවන් නම් අපිට මේ ගන්න මාරම ලේසි. MCQ වලින් අහනවම තමයි. I want the thumbs ups. Hurry up fast. Right? Write it and raise your hands. Write it and raise your hands. Video on කරන් ඉමු ළමයි. හැමෝම take your time, no hurry. Once you done, raise your hands. Once you done, raise your hand. All good? Others? Faster. Right. Now let's do the activity in the textbook. Let's do now. You have a good enough knowledge and you can do about the things. Right. Hope you have done. Take a screenshot if you need more time. Right. Okay. Do the activity in the textbook. Done. Right. So do the activity in the textbook. You can see in textbook our activities in here. You can see in here. See, there's an example. Petty cash impress of the business. Now there is nothing related to the petty cash level. So don't. I just gave you about the petty cash level just to know, understand. So now in here you can see by seeing this one. Petty cash impress of the business 2000. The following petty cash following payments were made out of the impress. You can see, right? So you can see the imprest is around, sorry, the level is around like 800,000, because below 800, below 1000 payments have done from the petty cash book. Can you hear me, guys? They are not mentioning it here, right? So imprest of 2000, payments made 1006. So there should be a balance of 400, right? So how much the reimbursement? Again 1006. According to the petty cash expenses 1600, you can see these are the petty cash expenses. When the petty cashier requests again the cash from the main cashier, uh, the main cashier will give the petty cashier only 1600, which is the amount spent, the reimbursement of the petty cash interest, right? 400, and the petty cash expense reimbursed 1600, and the petty cash interest is 2000. The petty cashier should submit a payments voucher that include all the petty cash vouchers to date, reveal the petty cash payments to the main cashier for the reimbursement. Right. Let's do the activity 4. If you got the tutorial, you know I kept spaces. Now the answer for that is also included example. You can see I kept space to do the exam activity 4 page in tutorial page number. You can see the tutorial page number 21. Go to the 21. You can do from there, as well as if you haven't got the tutorial, write it in your book, right? So let's see. I'll do in here, right? Let's see. There is a matter in here, right? Sarasi Company Limited maintain a petty cash book under the petty cash interest system for making petty cash payments. Particular related to the petty cash transactions are as follows. As at 1st January 2024, there is a matter. Please correct it as 31st. I'll tell you why. Right? So correct it as 31st. I'll tell you why. 31st. Correct it as in the textbook 31st. I'll tell you why. There's a matter in here. As of 31st January 2025, the petty cashier cash in hand balance was 330. Now, I'll draw timelines. So, draw timeline in here, right? I'll take January. Initially, the 31st balance was 330. I'll tell you why, right? In the payment voucher, total expenses during the January month was 1670. During the month 1670. So they are asking as number 1. Answer the following questions using the information. How much the petty cash impressed? Then make a dunne 330 January ate 330 තියාගෙන කොහොමද ළමයි 1670 වියදම් කරන්න? Can you hear? Am I audible to you guys? There should be a reimbursement. They are not telling it. That's why I changed it to here. Audible, right? January මේ ගාන තියාගෙන මේ අතේ 330ක් තියාගෙන කොහොමද 1670 expense karan. There should be a reimbursement, right? They are not mentioning about the reimbursement. That's why we changed the date, right? So you know they are asking about the impress. Bana timeline එක ගන්න එක වැඩි මේ දෙකේ total එක දැන් ඔයාට think your pay mom gave you some money. You can't remember how much she gave, right? So ඔයා කොහොමද දැනගන්න පුළුවන්? Expense කරපු එකේ balance එකේ total එක තමයි අම්මා දුන්න ගන්න. Understand? Right? How much? It's rupees 2,000. The total of these two, you can write impressed equal, write it. Tute එක දිනනවා නම් ඒකෙම ලියන්න. Equal 1,670 plus 330. How much? Rupees 2,000. 2,000. Next one, number 2. How much will be the reimbursement made by the main cashier as at 31st January 2024? Reimbursement. මෙදා කරපු reimbursement එක අහනවා. ඉතින් ලේසියිනේ ළමයි. ඊළඟ මාස ගැන මුකුත් කියන්නේ නැහැ. So we need to assume that February were also it should be 2,000. Can you hear me, guys? Since there is no mentioning, we need to assume. So if so, take 2,000. How much is the reimbursement? The amount equal to the expense, 1,607. Right? So rupees 1,607. Equal amount right? Third one. If the petty cash interest was decided to increase by 500 on the February, okay, I'll draw again another separate timeline. Why? They are telling that assume that from the February onwards, right? I'll change the timeline. Just assume think this is the January, February. 330 balance was there, 1,607. Right? You can see the imprest was 2,000 in here January. Is the separate one? Take a Venus. Balance again. Turn on the videos, right? So you can see in here from this February onwards, they have decided to increase the petty cash interest by rupees 500. Can you hear me, guys? I am audible to you, which means it increased up to how much? 2,500. If so, the opening there should be 2,500. How much the reimbursement? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me how much the reimbursement? Here, total of these two, this one plus this one. How much? Hello? 3,170, correct? Sorry, 2,170, correct? Right? 2,170. 2,170. You can see petty cash in hand balance, right? 330. Expense reimbursement amount 2,170. So you know it's in the 2,500. How it comes? 1,670 plus 300, 500. Timeline එක නැතුව කියලා දුන්නා නම් තේරෙන්නේම නැහැ. That is how it goes. Make sure to write. Next one. If the petty cash balance was 729 as at 1st of March, then how much should be the reimbursement? Let's link to the second scenario, right? I'll link it to the second scenario, right? Again, I'll draw the timeline. There are 3 months now, not enough space to write. This is, I'll write in here, right? There are 3 months now. January, February, March. Jan, Feb, and March. දැන් මේක කියලා නෑ February 2000 ම තිබ්බ එක කලෙක් කන්සර්න් කරන්නද 2005 එක කන්සර්න් කරන්නද කියලා. Can you hear me guys? I'll link it with the second one. Can you hear me? Right? Let's concern it with the second one, right? So you know January there was a expense of 1,670. So the balance was 330. And you know initially the imprest was 2,000. Let's say 2,500 in here, right? So during the February you can see they are asking, now see March 1st the balance was 729. Now March 1st balance means February end. Now this is the March 1st and February 729. ඉතින් 729 නම් දැන් මෙතනත් එන්න ඕනේ 25 නේ. එක වෙනස් වුණාට පස්සේ ආයෙ වෙනස් වෙන්නෙම නැහැ. 25 ම නෙවෙයි. මේක 1000 2000 and 25 වුණාට පස්සේ ආයෙ මේක 2000 වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දිගටම වැඩි වෙච්ච ගානම තමයි යන්නේ. So you can see in here, right? So petty cash imprest was 2,500. Out of that the balance is 729. If so, you can see the petty cash expenses during the February month 1,771. Can you hear me guys? Right? During that month. Okay. So March 1st also there should be 2,500. If so, you can see the reimbursement how much? The same amount equal to the expense 1,171. Right? Petty cash imprest, you know it's 2,500. Balance available 729. If so, petty cash reimbursement you can see 1,771. Finish it and raise your hand. මේ තුන වෙන වෙනම ඇඳ ගන්න. This is relevant to this one, first one. This one is relevant to the first one. This is relevant to the second one. This one is relevant to the sorry, not the second. Yeah, this is for the first and second both. First plus second. This is for the first plus second. Right? So this is the third one. This is for the fourth one. Hope you have done. Once you done, raise your hands. Now you know the concept. Hope you're okay with this one. Okay, guys? Are you okay up to here? I hope you are familiar with the petty cash concept. Now we need to know how to prepare the petty cash book. Write the heading in a new page. චුට්ටක් වැඩ කරමු මහන්සි නම් පොඩ්ඩක් වතුර ටිකක් බීලා ඉන්න කොෂුම් දෙන්න වීඩියෝ ඔෆ් කරලා right okay so write the heading preparation of petty cash book. Okay, take a screenshot if you need. I'm going to move to the other part, right? So write the heading preparation of petty cash book. Preparation of petty cash book. Petty cash, right? Preparation of petty cash, right? Preparation of petty cash. Write the heading. Right. Preparation of petty cash. Look here, right? Okay. Send me a thumbs up. දෙමුද වීඩියෝ ඔෆ් කරන් ඉන්නට සින්දුවක් කියන්නේ. නේද? කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඔබ කියන්නේ. ඔබාන් right. හැමෙන් ඉන්න ඕනේ. මට අමාරුයි ඔයගලන්ට. I'm from 913 here, right? Okay. So let's see. Now you can see this format of the petty cash book. I'll explain first, then let's discuss. You can see these are the formats. Wait, I'll let you, right? Right? Don't write up. Steep, LF, and this is the place where we separate debit and credit. Only two columns for the debit side, because I told you we are giving much attention to the credit side, right? So date, description, right? Voucher number, payments, voucher number, payments, right? So and the analysis columns, right? And the analysis columns. So normally we take like 4-5 analysis columns. I'll explain why. I'm going to give you the full procedure in here. This is the petty cash book. Receipt, RS, right? LF, date, right? So description, voucher number, right? So payments, look here, payments, RS, analysis columns. What are these analysis columns? I'll explain. Right. Now, at the same time, I'll take the double entries. Number one. So giving imprest or reimbursement of imprest. What is the double entry? Initially giving or the reimbursement, you know, petty cash book debit. Petty cash book debit. Right? Cash book credit. Cash book credit. Right? Now, as a example, think giving 3,000 as the petty cash imprest. Now you can see, I told you, this is the debit side. All these three are credit side. What is the double entry? Cash book credit, petty cash book debit 3,000. But there is no any date and description to write in the debit side, but we use, let's take this month first week, right? Credit side date and description to write the debit side value. Send me a thumbs up. This doesn't mean this is a credit entry, this is a debit entry. Send me a thumbs up. This is a debit entry. But since there is no any columns to write the date and description pertaining to the debit side, we use credit side data and description to write the debit side details, right?
Sir,
Yes.
you've written both sides as credit.
Sorry?
You have written both sides as credit.
All right. So this should be debit. Thanks. This should be debit. The debit side. Thanks. This is the debit side. This is the credit side. Okay. Now, the other thing, right? You know, normally there are many petty cash payments. To control it, we take analysis column. I'll take stationery. I'll take Y, yeah? Stationery, postage, traveling, sundry, and other ledger. Just remember, these things, there can be 3 or 4. These things, right? Depends. These columns depends on the exercise. මේවා සමහරට මේවා නෙමෙයි වෙන වෙන ඒවා ඉන්නත් පුළුවන්. හැබැයි other ledger is a fixed thing. I'll tell you why. දැන් ඔන්න petty cashier හම්බුණා 3000. දැන් ඔන්න හිතන්න. Petty cash payments කරනවා. For an example, think like for tube charges. Let's take 200. It goes to where? It goes to the traveling. Then assume that for let's take like 100, right? And also for bus fare, think like 100. It also goes to traveling. Likewise, think for postage, for stamps, 500. In here also 500. For envelope, think like 200. Is also 200. Likewise, there are many transactions. එකම ළඟ නෙමෙයිනේ වෙනස් වෙන. Now think for think like for these for postage, right? Stamps and these things for postage. 500, right? Stationery, postage, it depends, right? Now think for this one, it's rupees 800. For I'll write only one, right? 800. This is for like A4 sheets, stationery. Then think 300 for sundry. Think like cleaning. දෙකේම ලියනවා. payments වලත් ලියනවා මේ එකකින් මේ analysis column වලින් එකකිනුත් ලියනවා. Right? And what is this other ledger? I'll explain to you like this. Just remember, other ledger is like this. Now, initially, what we do in here, we get the totals and record in the ledger accounts. I'll draw ledger accounts like this. Right? Wait, I'll draw the ledger accounts like this. I'll take 6 ledger accounts. Look here. ගානක් කරාම ඔයාලට තේරෙයි. ගොඩක් it's like this. Initially, what we do in here, we take the totals. You can see stationery 800, right? So postage 700, right? So then you can see this is 200, 300, right? What we do in here, when we made the petty cash payments, petty cash book also perform the dual function. Petty cash book credit, relevant expense account debit. Look here, right? Number 2, petty cash payments. Number 2, petty cash payments. What is the double entry? You can see relevant expense account debit. අපි ඔක්කොටම වෙන වෙනම ගහන්නේ. Relevant expense account debit, petty cash book credit. Petty cash book credit. Now you can see we credited the petty cash with the credit side, right? So you know we debit the analysis columns. මොකද analysis columns ගහන්නේ ඔක්කොගෙම total එක අරන් දාන්න ඕනේ. සාදාන්න බලන්න thumbs up එකක් තියෙනවා. ඔයාලට පේනවද මේ තියෙන්නේ? Analysis columns වල total එක අරන් දාන්න. මේ බලන්න analysis columns වල total එක. Can you see here? These are the analysis columns total we take and debit. Send me a thumbs up. Hurry up. Fast තව ටිකයි. හොඳරාගෙන ඉන්න. Only like 45 minutes. Right? Now what we do in here, you can see, right? So in here, I'll open different accounts for stationery expense account, postage expense account, traveling expense account, sundry expense account, we debit to the month end date. You know, this is 9 month, 30th of 9th month, petty cash. How much the stationery? 800. 30th of September, petty cash. How much? 700. 30th of October, sorry, September, petty cash 200, right? 30th of October, petty cash 300. Likewise, we debit. Now, why? What is the term for this other ledger? There are some elements we need to separate. Then make it ඔක්කොම total නේ අපි debit කරන්නේ. සමහර petty cash payments තියෙනවා. Line items we need to separately debit it. For an example, payment to a creditor. Now think our petty cash level is 2000. We made a 500. Look here, right? Don't do other thing. This is the important part. We made a 200 worth of 500 worth of payment to a creditor. ඉතින් credit account එකට separately debit වෙන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් credit account එක balance කරාම එයාට තාම ගෙවන්න තියෙනවා වගේ 500 පෙන්නනවා නේද? Can you hear me guys? Send me a thumbs up. Right? Separately debit වෙන්න ඕනේ. For an example, you can see paid to creditors, purchase of assets, carriage inwards. Likewise, these kind of things we need to separately debit it. Right? I'll write like payment to creditor, right? creditor Nimal පොඩි ගාණක් ගෙවුවේ කියලා හිතන්නකෝ යාට I'll take like 5 to 300 carriage inwards concern as 200. Though it's a 500, we are not separately opening other ledger and debit it. We open for each and every item in the other ledger separately. What are the things? Small value assets, payment to creditors, carriage inwards. I'm going to open creditor Nimal and carriage inwards. ඒක දාන්නේ transaction date එකට. For think about like this is on 20th of 9, 27th of 9. එතකොට අපි ඒක transaction date එකට දාන්නේ. Petty cash 300. ඒ separately debit කරන්න ඕනේ ඒවා. තමයි මෙතනට දාන්නේ. Likewise, that is how we record the petty cash payments. Easy, clear to send me a thumbs up. After that, what we do in here, we get the total. You can tell me the total in here. Check and tell me the total in here. You can see 200, 700, plus 200, plus 800, plus 300, which means the total is in here 2000. You can see the total in here is 2000. මේ ඔක්කොගේම total එකක් 2000 වෙන්න ඕනේ. මොකද මේ හැම මේ ඔක්කොම මෙතන ලියලානේ ළමයි ලියන්න අපි මෙතනින් පස්සේ මේ ටික close කරනවා. Right? Hope you got the thing. Right? Right? We are closing these accounts, these column lines. Just remember the total of these also should be 2000. Am I clear to you guys? Now after that we balance it and just take it as the ledger accounts. You can see we balance only these two. The higher value side is debit side 3000, 3000, right? So 30th of 9th month BCD, how much? 1000, right? 3000 තිබ්බා 2000 expense කරා. 1st of October BBF, we write debit side 1000. The expense කරපු ගානට සමාන ගානක් අපි ඉල්ල ගන්න ඕනේ. You know 2000 cash book credit, petty cash book debit. You can see how much we expend, rupees 2000. Think I took the example as out of 3000 we expense 2000. How we recorded? Petty cash book credit, relevant expense account debit. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ අර මේ receipt and payment columns we balance like ledger account. Easy, clear to you? Send me a thumbs up. This is a really easy way. අරකම තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් credit side එකේ column ගාන වැඩි මතක තියාගන්න. දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up. එතනම total මෙතන මේ columns වල total එක තමයි we debited. But for only for the other ledger separately, like carriage inwards, those things. Okay, let's read. Different columns are maintained to record similar types of payments so that the payment can be posted to the ledger easily. These columns are known as analysis columns. Stamp charges, postal charges, purchase of envelopes and other similar types of payments could be identified and recorded in analysis columns. Name, postage charges. If any payment, petty cash payments cannot be entered in any of these analysis columns, a separate column known as a sundry expense column could be drawn for such payments. Any other expenses which cannot be included any of the analysis column but need to separately posted to the relevant ledger accounts are recorded in the column named as other ledger column. For paid to creditors, purchase of assets, small value, carriage inwards. You can see the format. Like the cash book, the petty cash book also perform the dual function. Accordingly, both the function as primary book and the ledger account is fulfilled by the petty cash. Since it concern as the primary book and ledger account, when we prepare the trial balance for September month, we need to take this 1000 balance to the debit side of the trial balance as petty cash. Can you hear me, guys? petty cash books petty cash book එකේ balance එකක් ගන්නවා trial balance එකට 1000 because the balance available at the end of the month is 1000. Petty cash receipt and petty cash imprest and the payments of the petty cash payments are first recorded in the petty cash book. It performs the task of the prime entry. Petty cash book also has both debit and credit side, and entries are recorded according to the principle of double entry for assets. Therefore, it performs the function of ledger account. Petty cash transactions are recorded based on the following double entries. When the petty cash imprest is received and reimbursement, petty cash book debit, cash book credit. The payments credited to the petty cash book should be debited in the relevant ledger account. The total of these analysis column should be posted to the relevant ledger accounts. Accordingly, the double entries relevant expense account debit, petty cash book credit. The value recorded in the other ledger columns should be separately debited to the relevant ledger accounts. When the petty cash book is balanced at the end of the period, the total of the debit side is transferred in the totals of the credit columns, and the difference should be brought forward as balance brought forward. Everything also available in my tutorial. You can see, right? Just read and understand, right? Okay. So can you do this? Can you write it and raise your hands? Write it and raise your hands. I'll scroll down later. First write it and raise your hands. ලස්සනට ලියන්න. මොනවා හරි තේරුම් නැත්නම් කියන්න. So we don't need to add other ledger in payments. What is the meaning of that? So don't we need to add other ledger in payments? No, no, no. I told you separately we take separate line items. Understand? Got it? Right? Separately we debited line items. You can see separately. Hope you got the thing right. I'll take around like 3, 4, 4:15. Okay, guys. You got any class in here today? Around 4? No, right? මොනවා හරි අද ක්ලාස් තියෙනවද ගුරු නිවසේ 4ට? නෑ නේද? Scroll down now. I'm going to scroll down a bit. Finish it and raise your hands. Faster. Shall I scroll down? Make sure to draw the ledger accounts. Draw the ledger accounts as well. And lower all your raise hands. Draw the ledger accounts and raise your hand. Ledger accounts and raise your hand. Just remember for the debit side also we take the credit side date description, right? Since there is no any date description, we take credit side columns for the to write the date and description. Around 4:15 class is going to end. I need bit time to do the other one as okay. All done? Yes. Hurry up. One student, raise your hands faster. Then after that, write the double entries. The answer, Sastrika, Del, Saniti, Sanuli, Dilan, Guani. Hope you have done right. Right. Now write this and again raise your hands, the double entries. I'm going to lower all your raised hands. Yes, you need to draw the no need to draw the cash book. That's enough. No need the cash book. With the example next one, you can have a clear idea. Right? And student raise your hands, waiting for the raised hands. Again, Vistara, Vinujas, Jans, right? Hope all done. Right. Okay. Now, as a practice, let's do this one. So these two things is a homework to you in page number 21. You can do it. Try to do it at home. I will be discussing this one in Tuesday 8 to 10 p.m. paper revision class. Is it clear to you guys? Send me a thumbs up. Next week, I will discuss these two things, right? Okay. Try to do and come. These are past paper questions, right? I will discuss these things in the paper class. Then, you know the same thing. Just try, read and understand. Okay, let's do this one. Example, page number 107. මම ටියුට් එකේ ගහලා තියෙන්නේ Example page number 107, right? So example page number 107, and in the tutorial I kept space for page 100, page number 23, right? You can do it in the page number 23 of the tutorial. Cash book is also there, right? So I'll take the ledger accounts as well. Right. I'll reopen it. Right. Right. Still I couldn't find this. Right. Let's see. Right. So, and there are petty cash book as well, right? And the ledger accounts, right? Right. Okay, let's start. Example page number 107. The following information regarding payments of petty cash payments of the business of Netme's during the month of March 2025. Okay, let's concern this as 2025 March month transaction. Because of that, in the petty cash book, under date column write 2025, then we don't need to repeat the date again and again. And also in the cash book, under date column write 2025, and we don't need to repeat it. In the ledger account heading also write 2025. We don't need to repeat it again and again. Hope you got the thing. Understand? Can you hear me, guys? Right? Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Next one. Right. So the petty cash imprest was 2000, which was received on 1st of March. And these are the payments, right? How the petty cash book is prepared, analysis column of postal charges, traveling, entertainment, miscellaneous. This should be changed, right? Postal charges, traveling also okay, right? Entertainment and miscellaneous. Cut this one as entertainment, write it as entertainment. It should be changed as entertainment. And sundry or the miscellaneous both are same. The other legend, right? Okay, right? So let's see in here. Initially, 2000 was received. So, 1st of March, cash book credit. 1st of March, cash book credit and petty cash book debit. Write it as credit side of the cash book 2000, right? 2000. Write credit side 2000 of the cash book and debit the petty cash book 1st of March. We use credit side, the debit side and the credit side as cash book 2000. Right. These are debit entry. Now let's write the petty cash payments. You can see the petty cash payments. So petty cash payments. 4th of March, postal charges 120. 4th of March, postal charges 120. Write it under postage 120. Right. 5th of March, traveling expenses 160. This is 01, 02. 5th of March, traveling expenses. How much is the traveling expenses? 160. 02, 160. Traveling 160. You can write under traveling. Right. Then next one, 8th of March, refreshment 260. 8th of March, refreshment number 3, 250. It goes to the sundry, right? So yeah, refreshments, let's record under sundry. So you can write under entertainment as well. So they are categorizing under entertainment. It's okay, අනේවත් ඉතින් entertainment තමයි දාලා තියෙන්නේ කමක් නැහැ 250. සමහරු ඉන්නවනේ විනෝදෙට කන අය ඉන්නවනේ ඒ වගේ. Right? 250. So it's 260, my mistake. 260. Should be 260, guys. Then next one, 10th of March, stamp 140. 10th of March, stamps 04. How much? 140. Stamps, it goes to the postage 100. Next one, 15th of March, traveling 60. 15th of March, traveling. පොඩියට ලියන්න නැත්නම් ඊට මදි වෙයි. 05, traveling. How much is the traveling? 60. So it goes to the traveling. Next one, 18th of March to Vimukti. If we made a payment to a name, it is a creditor payment. Can you hear me, guys? Right? It goes to the other ledger. Separately, we need to debit. 18th of March. So creditor Vimukti. Number 6, how much? 200. 200. Other ledger, because we need to separately debit. Next one, 22nd of March, TRISO charges 240. 22nd of March, TRISO charges 07. How much is the TRISO charges? 240, 240. Price to charges 240. Yes, I'm wrong. This way. Not responding. Then do this way. You can do. Karagini Andaman. Do it. I'll restart. Karagini Andaman. No, Karagini Antaggal. Price to charges. Do it. Okay, you can refer the recording. I'll send the recordings. Right. I'll open a new one. Something wrong with. Right. Do it. Karagini Andaman. No. Right. Let's see. So the petty cash payments. Right. 2025 March 1st, right? So I'll come faster. You can go and do it. So 2025. So these are 2025. You also write 2025, and in here also write petty cash 2025. You can see 1st of March cash book in here we wrote as 2000, right? Here also 1st of March, right? March, 1st of March, petty cash 2000. And let's write the other things in here. We correct it as entertainment, right? So there should be one for entertainment. So this is entertainment, right? So initially you can see postal charges 120, 4th of March. I'll take a right then easily, right? So you can see the expenses in here. 4th of March, postal 120. It goes to the postage. Then 5th of March, Number 2, this is number 1, traveling 160, it goes to the travel. Then 8th of March, refreshment. Number 3, 260, it goes to the entertainment. Then 10th of March, stamps. Number 4 goes to the postage, stamps 160, 160. Then 15th of March, number 5 for traveling. Sorry, this is 140, right? 140. Traveling 60, number 5, 60, travel 60. Then 18th of March, creditor Vimukti, creditor Vimukti. Number 6, 200, it goes to the other ledger. Separately, we need to debit. 22nd of March, try show charges. Number 7, 240, it goes to the traveling. 240. 25th of March, number 8, carriage inwards. You know, carriage inwards also I told you it's a separate thing. Number 8, carriage inwards. 200, it goes to other ledger. Just remember. Right? Then 26th of March, refreshments. Turn on the videos. 09, 180, it goes to the entertainment. 28th of March, pen and pencil, right? Number 10, pen and pencil we can write under other, right? Other 150. Under sundry or the miscellaneous. Sundry means the miscellaneous, right? Both are same. Then next one, finally, you can see 30th of March, cleaning 11, 200, miscellaneous, right? Okay, all done. As I told you, you need to balance it. How we balance? We close all the analysis columns, right? You know, 100, this one 120 and so 260 and 180, right? 260 and 180, which means entertainment 440, 440. You can see it's 440. In here 260. So 166, it's 460 again. 460. In here 350, 400. Can you hear me, guys? Right? Get the totals in here. Turn on the videos and wait, please. Last parts, right? So in here the total you can see 1910. Here 1910. You know we need to balance it. How we balance? Balance it off. Get the total. Higher value side is debit side. Write in the lower value side as well. 31st of March, balance carry down is 90. 1st of April, balance brought forward also 90. At the same time, we need to request cash from the main cashier. How much? The amount we expense 1910. We need to request 1910, right? So in here, 1st of April, petty cash 1910. 1910. Finish it and raise your hands. Still we haven't done. We need to record the analysis columns. Entertainment, postage, right? Traveling and miscellaneous and other ledger separately. In the ledger, open separate things. Entertainment expense, entertainment expense. You know, we write month end date 31st of March. Write it as petty cash. How much the entertainment? You can see entertainment is 440. Debit 440. Next one is, you know, postage 260. 31st of March. Postage 260. Sorry, write it in here as petty cash. Postage expense in here write as petty cash. After postage, right? You know, traveling 440. Traveling expense 440. 31st of March. Petty cash, right? Petty cash. Then after that, sorry, it's 460, right? It's 460. 460. Postage 460. Then after that, you can see miscellaneous 350. Miscellaneous 350. Expense 31st of March. Petty cash. You can see the total is 350, right? Yeah, 350. Other ledger things we need to separately open. You know, there are two things in the other ledger, as I told you, for carriage inverse and creditor vimukti. Open two accounts, carriage inverse account, creditor vimukti, right? You know the carriage inverse balance how much? Carriage inverse, the date is, you can see, 25th. Creditor vimukti 18. 200, 200. Creditor vimukti 18. 25th of March. දෙක මාරුනාට කමක් නැහැ. Petty cash 200 in here. Petty cash 200 in here. Separately we are debiting. Hope you got the thing. Okay guys, send me a thumbs up. That is how it goes. Right? Easy. Now this is, you can see every answer in here. But I'm going to give this as a homework to you. I'm going to discuss this one in the paper class as well along with the questions. But this is really important. You need to do and come. Let's see. I'll take some screenshot and I'll do only the basic first part. Can you hear me guys? Send me a thumbs up. Activity 5 මම පොඩ්ඩක් කියලා දෙන්නම් ඔයා ඊටු ටික කරන්න ඕනේ. You can see. Right? Look here. Harini's business had the following details. Petty cash impress 3000. Total payments for the petty cash expense for the month of January, how much? You can see it's rupees 2400. Petty cash expenses were reimbursed on February 1st and March 1st. Now you can see, now if we draw the timeline, just see, they have given January and February details, right? You can see, right? Total petty cash for the no any change in both months. 3000 is the petty cash impressed. During the January month, 2400 worth of petty cash is done. Okay, right? Then reimbursement on February 1st and March 1st. They are asking us to prepare the petty cash book concerning the February month, right? So you need to prepare the petty cash book for the February month. Can you hear me, guys? Right? Reimbursed made on this date and this date. Before that, they are in this exercise. There is no any analysis columns given. We need to find out what are the analysis columns. අපි බලමු analysis columns මොනවද ගන්න කියලා. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් analysis column එක ගන්න අඩුම දෙකක්වත් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Stationery ගන්න පුළුවන්. This one, 2 pens we can take, right? So for these things we can take stationery. You can see there's a stationery as well, right? Then traveling, try show, right? So those things, bus fare, those taking those things we can take traveling. Travel is also fine, right? So traveling also fine, right? So then you can see, then apart from that, what are the other things? Half sheet also go to the stationery, right? So 2 cakes of soaps, cleaning, entertainment, soft drinks. Those things we can take for the entertainment. Can you hear me, guys? Entertainment, right? So in here, cut it as right entertainment. Postage kapala, adana entertainment. Entertainment කියලා එතන හදාගන්න. Right? Sundry දාන්න පුළුවන් අනිත් ඒවා, other means like cleaning and soaps, those things. ඔයා හිතනවා ඒතර මේ දෙකත් cleaning වලට දාන්න පුළුවන් නේ කියලා එහෙම. And other ledger. Just remember sundry and the other ledger. Right? So you can see now when we are preparing it, just be careful. The balance should be in here is how much? 600. Why? So there was a 3,000 imprest, 2,400 payment. So 600 is the balance. So next month also there should be 3,000. Because of that, 2,400 is the amount equal to the reimbursement. Can you hear me? Right? When you are writing the date, 1st of February, there is the balance brought forward how much? 600. On the same date, cash book credit, petty cash book debit how much? 2,400. What a නිකන් 3,000 කියලා දාන්න බෑ, මෙහිම දාන්න. cash book එකේ credit දාලා මෙතන debit දාන්න. එහෙම තමයි එන්නේ. That is how it goes. Right? Then you can write the expenses, traveling to, right? Then you can write the expenses in here separately and you can get the total. Send me a thumbs up if it is clear to you. Right? Just remember, right? Hope you got the thing. I want the thumbs ups. Okay. That is the procedure. Okay. So just be careful when you are drawing this. You need to write like that. Right? Then ඊට පස්සේ payments කරලා, the debit side total 3,000. Take the payment total and do. And after that, in my tutorial also, there are some other questions as I can remember. Right? There is another one. Please do it. And do these homeworks as well. So these things, right? These 2 as well. So rest of the things will be transferred to the paper class. Send me a thumbs up. Right? I'm not going to discuss the others in the theory class. Next Thursday, I'm going to start the new lesson. What is our new lesson? So our new lesson is bank account and the bank reconciliation. My plan is to do the bank account in the class and bank reconciliation also sometimes if the time permits. I will discuss it as a free seminar like this. මේම කරාම මට හොඳටම තේරෙනවා. දෙකපාර මුළු lesson එකම අපිට cover කරගන්න පුළුවන්. We have only 4 pending lessons. Out of the 4, trial balance also how to do it. Can you hear me, guys? For trial balance දැම්ම දන්නවා. So we finished cash book and petty cash book. Now these things will be discussed, right? Easy. So new students, you can register the LMS and you can ask me the WhatsApp group. I'll send it to you, right? Okay, this is enough for today. Hope you understood everything properly, right? We did around like 3 hours and 15 minutes, right? So hope you understood everything properly. කිසිම කම්පෝරි ගහන්න නැතුව පැය 3 හරියටම වැඩේ කරා. හරි. Right? We did everyone properly. Right. Let's meet on Tuesday 8 p.m. Thank you for the participation. Bye. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.